There's something that happens when it comes time to do a shitty task. The tension, the suffering of it. Anything but this. But what if we want to get this done? And what if this will never feel right? I think I know how to deal with that tension. And I'm not going to tell you. All right, see you guys later. No, just kidding. Come on in, let's talk. Are listening to ADHD Big Brother, the podcast for adults struggling with their ADHD, their comorbid depression, their anxiety. Oh, it's just a hoot. I'm your host and your ADHD Big Brother, Russ Jones. I've got ADHD too. I've got depression as well. It's crap-tastic. So let's learn some stuff. Let's laugh at some stuff. Let's make some commitments to do some stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, here's some stuff. Okay, welcome to the podcast. We're in the thick of the celebrations. Hope you guys are having a wonderful time on this break, and I don't know if you're not, I hope you get through it unscathed. I hope the season flies by so you can get back to regular life. No more of these family shenanigans. I hope you get through your shenanigans. We start every episode with a little bit of business, just letting you guys know what's going on and what's coming down and who we are and what we're doing. So with that, let us begin. We're running a promotion in January. I don't know if it's called a promotion. I hate that word. But I'm working with a community growth coach because I love ADHD Big Brother so much. I want to see it soar. I want it all the way to the stratosphere, to infinity and beyond. So I am now, I hired a community growth coach. So I'm a coach that hires coaches. That's who I is. It's all part of walk and the talk philosophy. I'm a huge fan of upskilling. If there's an area of my life that needs work, I want that shit fast tracked. Anybody else like that? I mean, what do you like? No, I like to take my time. I prefer to flounder for years in confusion and failure. That's how I get my shit done. I just want to be directionless for as long as possible. I'm not making fun of you if that's you. I'm literally making fun of me 10 years ago. I'm like, I got to do it on my own. I got to do this shit without any help. God, if I could turn back time. So anyway, Natalie's her name, and she's been helping me. You can absolutely check out the new sales page. We got that going on already for the community, and I recorded a new video for it. So exciting. Give it a peek. Links in the show notes. So the promotion dealy thing in January, it's more like an event, I would say, or it's like a series of events. I want to help tee you up for being successful in whatever system or whatever New Year's thing, whatever it is that you want to do. I want to ensure that you're set up to make that happen. And we're going to do that through a workshop for members. So you do need to join, but you could do it, just join for a month or two, cancel anytime you want. But I'm going to walk members through what I believe are the questions that need to be answered in order to be set up. It's not about me giving you this new system, like this is the Russ Jones method of getting your manager life. It's the most wonderful aspect, I think, of helping adults with ADHD. It's like getting to see you shine with your system, your cobbled together, creative and sloppy, but effective for you system. That's the gold right there. So I will walk you through all the questions to have answered. And there's only a few, but it'll raise your awareness on where you might have a weakness in your system. And they're simple questions. It's like, how do you capture ideas? Like when you have an idea or a thing you want to remember, how do you capture it? Do you capture it? Some people will have a notebook. Some people use an app. Some people, they'll try to remember it. Or some people, jot things down on whatever, piece of paper is nearby. So these questions, they help us to see where our overwhelm might be. And the beauty of doing this in the community format is that you aren't being taught a system, but you get to hear other people's cobbled together systems and some things that might spark in you, like a way that you might try something. So we're going to run this in January, and we'll keep a dedicated community space open to discuss our systems through the end of February. So if you really want to get your shit teed up and effective, then I'd say join up. And there's going to be more info coming up on it. So, yeah, you will hear more about it. Oh, the deluge of information is coming. Prepare yourselves. I'm recording this a little early just because of the holidays. So my mental health report, as of right now, it's pretty similar to last week because I am pretty close to last week. So every week, in order to normalize talking about our mental health, the good, the bad, the weird, I will share my skull spaghetti with you because we're not always fine. No, sir, we are not. My mental health is that I am pretty raw at the moment. My imposter syndrome is just, it's next level. Most of the times I have imposter syndrome for like big things or work things, right? Or like back in the day, if I was doing a show or if I was on stage, or even now, a lot of times the podcast, I only really listen to it back once, like when it's done for technical purposes, because I do not want to hear myself. I'm not up for the self-talk. But this past week or so, it's been so alive in all kinds of smaller things, like how I'm dadding, how I'm boyfriending. It's been pretty shitty. And I know I'm raw because so Emily gave me an early Christmas present while we were in the parking lot waiting to go to this thing in Calabasas, this holiday road. It's like a big lights kind of thing that you would walk through. And she got us tickets to see Gary Goldman in Los Angeles, stand-up comedian. Along with his book, Misfits. And I could not keep it together in the car. I got weepy. He's such a big deal to me. And I think the thoughtfulness of that gift, his comedy has been a Band-Aid for a lot of my shitty times. I just listened to his specials, The Great Depression, some of his older stuff, his... God, what is it? It's the abbreviations of the states. That bit, oh my God. So it was just such a thoughtful gift and it hit me right in the heart. So anyway, she's just amazing. And I am just really, I'm kind of raw at the moment. And I was on the weekly support call this last Monday and I shared this on the imposter syndrome stuff on the check-in. And I just fucking love this community so much. It's literally unconditional support and encouragement. I find this so fascinating about our type of person. I can't speak to how universal this is, but man, if you get a room full of depresso ADHDers together, and we might not have a light for ourselves, we might be dimmed by life at any moment, but we have this unlimited light for others. Like we will throw gasoline on your dim fire and build you up and make you shine. And I think that's what makes the quote unquote community thing so important and impactful for us. Like it's the light sharing, not to get too wooey about it, but it's just super cool. Okay. Was that mental healthy reporty enough? I think so. Let's talk about tension. I'm all about the doing, as you probably know. Peeling the onion on it, what it takes to do a thing for us ADHD folks. Because, man, and I'm assuming we all know the gist of ADHD, right? Where knowledge is separated from performance. That's from Russell Barkley. Doesn't matter that we know about a thing or that we have intentions. ADHD often prevents us from the doing. In the moment. The doing, when we remember it. And this isn't an episode about remembering. This is, I know what I'm meant to do right now, and I will not be doing it. There's often a tension that is felt in the moment of doing a task. There's a lot of different ways that we kind of relate to it. Some people call it resistance, tension. It's like a not now vibe. There's dread. There's the overwhelm. It's too hard. A lack of motivation. No spark. Ungodly torture. You know, it's like it's all tension related. And what I see a lot of, and I've been guilty of this many times, is the quest almost to get on the other end of the tension. So we make efforts at elaborate systems. You know, the cliche, like, I just need a system for that. And what I believe part of that is trying to find a way to eliminate the tension. If we had a system or a routine, then this thing would be easier. It would be a habit. So meanwhile, the thing isn't getting done. But a side project of building a system that will hopefully eliminate the tension is underway in full force. And the shitty thing about this is that when we fire off that system and the tension does not go away in the moment, it kind of feels like the system didn't work. Like it's not the right system. We didn't eliminate the tension. We weren't able to just get started. So it's back to the drawing board. But I want to propose something to you. This is something that I learned from Dr. Shane Calhoun. This is back when he was on the podcast. I don't remember the episodes where he talked about it or if it was a webinar he did for us. I will link it all in the show notes, but I'm not going to go digging, guys. That is too much administrative work for me, and I'm not going to do that. But you should watch and listen to all things Dr. Shane Calhoun. You will grow from it. Done and done. All right, the way he talked about it was in the moment, it was regarding addiction, but I apply this to ADHD in doing shit. And just, this is 100% Dr. Shane stuff. He called it choosing your suffering. And I'm probably going to butcher it a little how eloquently he talks about it, but this is my takeaway version. We suffer. That is the beauty and the curse of being human. There is suffering. It's very Buddhist, isn't it? Like, there is suffering and there is a way out of suffering. That's not what this is, although I do have some literature that I'd love for you guys just to take a look at the literature. No, just kidding. Okay, back to suffering. So we suffer. Can we agree upon that? We suffer. Suffering in the form of beating ourselves up internally, suffering in the form of hangovers, suffering in the form of lack of sleep, suffering in the form of health conditions brought on by poor diet, lack of exercise, and cigarettes. But we also suffer in the moment. We suffer from overwhelm of too many things going on. We suffer from paralysis, can't make a decision. We suffer from negative feelings in the moment. What tends to happen, because ADHDers, we're very in the moment type of people. We're very now. We operate solely to take care of us in the moment. So our decisions are typically to escape suffering in the moment. Like the laundry, no. Or these moments of like tension on figuring out what to do. Like, how do I respond to that email? Or the tension of the inner tantrum about how shitty a task is. And that typically means that we do whatever has no tension. We punt the shitty thing forward to ourselves in the future. But what we're doing here is we're choosing to suffer later, basically, so we don't have to suffer now. But it's a choice. Whether it's conscious or not, it's a choice that we get to make. So a big part of what I see as the solution for an adult with ADHD is the art of practicing suffering now. Choosing to suffer now. Doesn't that sound great? Does that sound great? You want to pay me $5,000 for a new program on, hey, learn how to suffer. Nobody's going to line up for that. But that's the problem. Like that's what it is. All these fucking hacks for ADHD, they're about minimizing suffering, right? Like, what can we do to boost our dopamine so that the laundry doesn't suck as much? Or how can we make it easier to get started, which means that we make it less suffering to get started? This is me opining, but I think maybe that's misguided effort at the dream of eliminating suffering in the moment. Like, if I get the right dopamine boost, if I get the right habit, if I enact the right system, then the suffering goes away. So it makes sense to me that like we're going to try to build systems that make our lives easier and less tense. I have found in myself great success in practicing the art of choosing to suffer now. It worked with alcohol quite well. I love whiskey. I think whiskey is super tasty and it's my favorite. So I would have nights where I would drink maybe a little too much whiskey, not blackouty. No, nobody would raise a red flag on me, but it would drop my defenses. It would enact Operation Eat as Shitty as I Can, and it would kill my sleep because I would stay up and then the next day I would suffer. Maybe I have a headache, definitely tiredness, definitely crappy focus. I chose to suffer later. And that suffering comes with regret and declarations of needing a system to deal with this. In the moment, when I want to have a whiskey, when I know it will calm my nerves, when I want to escape the world, when I want to have a vibe, I can say to myself, well, I'm choosing this suffering over tomorrow's suffering. I choose to suffer now. And can I just tell you that I have never regretted that decision? And the suffering in the moment is momentary. The suffering later is like the whole fucking day. But I relate this to like things like the laundry. Can we choose to suffer now and do the laundry, or do we suffer later with like no clothes? The to-do chore crap doesn't come with a huge suffering later. So what helps is to pre-plan. We aren't trying to figure out what to do in the moment. We've already decided tomorrow at noon I'm doing the laundry. So when tomorrow at noon comes and the alarm goes off to remind us, and we have all those suffering thoughts, and maybe I can just flip my underwear around, or maybe I'll just sniff pits on some of these shirts, and maybe there's something that doesn't smell horrible because I don't want to do the laundry right now. Like, instead of actively trying to escape the suffering, try consciously acknowledging that this is suffering and you're choosing it over suffering later. And man, when you get good at it, all those times when you were normally like in the suffering later mode, and those days are just cloudy and shitty and heavy, when you choose to suffer now, the later times are now open for feeling good. and proud of yourself for doing a shitty thing and able to now to follow your whims because there aren't as many shitty things looming. It's pretty rad. So that's my challenge to you this final week of 2025. Choose to suffer. Pick it. Be like, yeah, I'm suffering, but I'm picking when. And if you don't want to suffer alone, because suffering does suck, now is the time to join ADHDBB Bro. We're all in there suffering and sucking at things together. And as a result, we are feeling better about ourselves. And we are also getting shit done. It is quite lovely. So go explore my new site. Tells you all about it. And get your ass in there. We are anxiously awaiting your arrival. We want more people to suffer with. It's just like the old cliche. It's just like those motivational posters. Shitty things are more fun in a group. They just are. And that'll do it. I hope this helps. If it does, great. If it doesn't, chuck it in the garbage and forget about it. And with that, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And I will talk to you later.